In this video, I'll be using the EDS API console located at eds-api.ebscohost.com/console in order to demonstrate the action-oriented syntax you can use when making requests to the API. If you haven't already watched our videos on authenticating your application to the API, creating sessions for your users, and issuing a search request to the API, I recommend you do that first. Here I'm going to search for economic development, and my initial search request will actually include a few options here, like the number of results per page, what page number to start with, and a couple of other things. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and hit send. This is a response that comes back. One of the most important elements of this response is the query string element. You'll notice that if you take a look at this query string element, this provides you with the parameters to make this same call again. The action-oriented syntax means that all we need to do to issue the next request, so for example, if a user wants to limit to academic journals or books, instead of having to construct and hack out the right request to the search method again, we can simply use this query string and at the end of it tack on one additional parameter called action. Let's see what that might look like. Here, if I search on this page for add action, you'll see that there are a number of available facets that come back with your search response as well. These facets represent the same facets you would see had you gone to EDS and done a search. So here, I'm in the source type facet. I can see that there are a number of different facets I can use to sift through my results. Here's academic journals. Now, if I wanted to present my users with a checkbox or a link that lets them limit their results to academic journals, I would use that query string at the top, and then at the end of it, tack on and action equals add facet filter source type academic journals. In a sense, all I need to do is copy this and tack it to the end of my query string. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. I'm going to scroll up to the top again. And then I'm going to go back to my template. First, I'd like to point out that this was the initial request we made for economic development. Here you see what search mode I was using, the number of results per page, etc. The only difference I'm going to make to that request now is under the action parameter, I'm going to do source type academic journals and hit send. Let's take a look at that new request. Here you'll notice it's that same query string that was at the top of the initial set of results with one exception. We've got a new parameter here that says action equals add facet filter source type academic journals. And the response that we get back is the same as if the user had clicked on academic journals in EDS. We're now applying that facet to this set of search results. You'll also notice that whenever a facet or limiter is applied, there will be an element of the XML response that says facet filters with action, and you'll see the applied facets that are already there. Each one of these applied facets, so for example here we see that the user has already applied academic journals as the source type facet, these come with a remove action as well. So if I start a new request using this query string right here, and then I apply this as the action parameter, it will remove that particular facet and return me to the original set of results. In this way, you can design a whole user interface without ever having to hack a URL. You simply make every link on the page start with these as your parameters, all of the parameters here in query string, and just tack on that action at the end for the element that they select.